Want to turn to South Carolina Senator, South Carolina Congresswoman, Nancy Mace. I know. Well, yes, maybe. Yeah. I know you're running, but I want to talk to you about the war in Iran. I know that you were part of a House Armed Services Committee briefing just yesterday. You walked out. Tell us why.
I did. I think, the frustration was shared in that room between Republicans and Democrats alike. President Trump, I want to be very clear, has done an excellent job so far. We are winning. We have won. And now I believe we owe the American public, the American people, the men and women we're sending into war, we owe them an answer to the question is, how does this end? And I think there's some frustration between what maybe perhaps the Pentagon is saying versus what the public has been told. And I have grave concerns about the Washington war machine getting us into another 20-year plus endless war. And for what? And I'm unwilling to put South Carolina's sons and daughters on the ground in a battle in Iran. I don't want that to happen.
Do you believe the administration has an end game here?
I don't know. I would like to believe that they do, but I haven't seen an exit strategy yet. And I think that's where a lot of us share the heartburn. I support the president. I think he's done a fantastic job. He goes in, he's very surgical, he's quick. But what I'm also seeing are folks senators, for example, Lindsey Graham, who are trying to protract this thing, who want to send people into war, troops on the ground. Comparing this to Iwo Jima, I don't think so. We lost 7,000 Marines on the black sands of those beaches in Iwo Jima. This is not the same. It should not be the same. He has destroyed Iran's Navy. Trump has destroyed their missile capabilities. He has just taken to task everywhere across Iran. And now I believe it's time to secure that victory. We've won, and now let's start rebuilding where we need to get our energy back on track and see where we can go economically in the long term, because there's a lot of work to be done here.
You brought up your fellow South Carolinian Senator Lindsey Graham, and do you believe that his role is too outsized here in terms of his advice to the president? And have you conveyed that to him personally?
I've conveyed that publicly. I am joined by my colleagues like Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna and Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. I mean, I've seen them make their public statements as well. I think we share that, and I've expressed that to the White House, that Senator Graham has an outsized role. He needs to be taken out of the room. I don't want to hear him. He's the same guy that got us into Iraq, the same guy that wants endless wars. And that I don't support the Washington war machine. Like we've done a great job. The president has been very successful. Now it's time to start discussing, what does exit look like? And he has a huge opportunity here. I mean, to bring peace in the Middle East. We've taken Iran's missile capabilities out. We have obviously destroyed in many ways, in most ways, their abilities to get a nuclear arm, I believe. And so I want to see us claim victory while we can and not elongate this into a never-ending war.
That being said, we know that there are more troops headed to the region. You've made clear, as you just did, that you don't want to see boots on the ground. So what is your message to the president as he weighs this decision?
I want President Trump to declare victory. And I want him to show the world what peace looks like. He's the strongest president in American history. He has the board of peace now. He's negotiating between Russia and Ukraine. There's an enormous opportunity for him here. He took out Maduro in Venezuela, where Hezbollah is. There are 14,000 Hezbollah agents and soldiers in Venezuela. I mean, he's cleaning up the cartels. He's doing all of this single-handedly. Let's take this win and not turn this into a never-ending war where we could lose potentially thousands of American soldiers. And I believe that'll be devastating. The consequences are not only devastating for the loss of life potentially that we will have, but the economic consequences as well. So I want to see an exit strategy, and I want to see the Pentagon do better. The briefing yesterday left most of our questions unanswered, and I believe that there was a Senate hearing today. They were equally frustrated, and so you're seeing Republicans and Democrats alike demanding more answers for what we're doing, why, and when we're getting out.
What does that mean, though, for a war supplemental? Are you willing to support one no matter the price tag?
No, I'm not. I mean, we're talking about war powers resolutions now, and I hope that it doesn't come to that. We are in recess next week, which, by the way, we shouldn't be. The TSA needs to be funded. We should not be recessing. But I'm hopeful that when we do get back, that this that we won't need a war powers resolution. But that's on the table for me and others if we come back and this is still where we are. Or if we put troops on the ground, that changes the dynamic overnight.
And since you brought up the shutdown, obviously still not resolved, but hopefully close. What do you make of this potential offer that's emerging in the Senate? Obviously, earlier this week, Republicans put up this offer to potentially split off immigration enforcement and removal operations from the broader DHS funding. Is that something, if it comes to the House, that you'd be willing to support?
As long as we get them paid, because I'm seeing airport security as a national security issue. We've seen Iran make overtures of a potential 9/11 attack. No one wants to see that. When I'm looking at the potential for terrorism in the country, it makes me very concerned and cautious because Hezbollah isn't going to be flying here on a plane from Tehran. They're already here. And what are they going to do to take advantage of the vulnerabilities we currently have because we can't get along? And it's frustrating because no one wants people who are here who are illegal or violent, especially violent illegal immigrants who are rapists, murderers, and pedophiles. They should go. And that's what this argument is over. And it's at the safety and jeopardy of our nation's national security. And I'm struggling with that. And I don't want Congress to go home until this is done.
So are you willing to stay in town?
I'm willing to stay in town. I mean, I absolutely am willing to stay in town and get the work done. We have to for our nation's security.
All right, Nancy Mace,
Thank you,
Congresswoman
Nicole.
Nancy Mace.
Hopefully governor.
Well, we will certainly continue that conversation. Thank you for being with us.